The holidays are upon us. Here's to a new year, new goals, and new career highs. Hey, how are you folks? Jason Horowitz. Glad to be with you on Gillette's Phenomenal Players. And most people weren't sure what to expect out of the Vikings trip to Arizona. Gus Frerotte was out with a back injury, and Tarvaris Jackson had to start for the first time since being pulled as the original starter 2 weeks into the year. Well, Minnesota got more from him than in any other game in his career. Talk about efficient. A 135 quarterback rating thanks to 4 touchdown passes on just 17 attempts. Only had 163 yards, but he didn't need any more with the running game. That in a sec. Jackson, he may not even get the start next week against Atlanta if Frerotte is healthy, but at least he has the confidence moving forward and proved he also has the deep ball in his arsenal to extend the defense, which really will help this guy who doesn't need any help at all. Adrian Peterson, not a career high, not even a touchdown, but his 165 yards on the ground gives him nearly 1,600 for the season and the Vikings franchise record for most rushing yards in a single year. He has 160 yards more than the man in second, who is also a Gillette Phenomenal Player after Week 15. Michael Turner, more than 150 yards rushing against the Buccaneers defense, which has proved to be a bit leaky the last 2 weeks. But each one of those yards crucial in a 13-10 overtime win against Tampa in a game that Matt Ryan didn't play that well. Falcons 5-2 in their last 7, and in those 5 wins, Turner averaging 125 a game. In the 2 defeats, just 71. Back to career highs, and much like Adrian Peterson, Andre Johnson also set a franchise record. Became the first Texans receiver to ever gain more than 200 yards receiving in a single game, and did it against the Titans defense. 11 catches, now 103 for the season, 1 ahead of Wes Welker for the NFL lead, but Johnson also leads the NFL in receiving yards, and as it will be announced Tuesday, is well on his way to the Pro Bowl in Hawaii. Phillip Rivers could be joining him there with the numbers that he has put up this season, and with what he did in the final 4 minutes at Kansas City on Sunday, he kept the Chargers' playoff hopes alive. San Diego overcame an 18-point deficit in the second half, scoring the last 12 points in the final minute 13 of the game. Rivers 346 yards, 2 touchdowns in the last minute 13. Both of those touchdowns in that last 73 seconds. Still with the best QB rating in the NFL. And you have to give a game ball and maybe much more to Matt CASSEL. Was away from the Patriots earlier in the week due to the death of his father, but came back against Oakland in a must-win game and performed spectacularly. Career-high 4 touchdown passes in a 49-26 rout of the Raiders, all part of 487 yards of offense by the Bay. CASSEL with more touchdown passes in the last 5 games, 11 than he had in the first 9 of the season, just 7, playing very well and again under very tough circumstances. So that'll do it for this week's edition of Gillette's Phenomenal Players, but for more, be sure to stay with CBSSports.com throughout the week. I'm Jason Horowitz. Take care, folks.